All right, back here with the so far undefeated Utah Jazz season. NBA Live 96. We got the New Jersey Nets coming up. We've updated the single game records, but the overall records did not need to be updated as there were no games played between the Knicks game and this one. So yeah, everything you see except for I think Malone, the Jazz players moved around on the league leaders, but it wasn't enough to really quantify going through and grabbing all the screenshots again and everything. So we'll just go ahead and get started with this Nets game. See if the Jazz can remain undefeated and move forward here in this NBA Live 96 playthrough. Why we've played exponentially more games than everybody else, I don't know. Starting for New Jersey, Kenny Anderson. Kevin Edwards. Chris Morris. He played for the Jazz a bit. Derek Coleman. Vastly underrated power forward. And Benoit Benjamin. Benoit. I mean, if it's David Benoit and it's spelled exactly the same, then it's got to be Benoit Benjamin. Although Benoit Benjamin is a pretty cool name, so. You already know who the starters for the Jazz are. Antoine Carr will get the start. And the Milkman, who had some pretty big stats against the Knicks last week, whenever you're watching it, set records for most points in a game and most field goals made in a game for the Utah Jazz. And, of course, Carr gets the start. Got a very Cal Ripken Jr.-esque thing going. And he'll immediately come out for Ostertag. And Malone with the foul off the rebound. And that's something we actually got an email about that from the commissioner. And he said we're going to be keeping an eye off of contact right after rebounds. And if we see anything, we're going to go ahead and call the foul there. So you see that kind of rear its ugly head on the very first play with Karl Malone there. Which, you know, I get what they're trying to do. You know, they want to cut down on potential injuries and people getting hurt. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm just making up stuff. See, there you say the league. The league's out to get us, folks. It's rigged. Oh, Kenny Anderson. Oh, this is the David Benoit game. The David Benoit game. 6 points for him early on here, and the Jazz are firmly out in front. And just that pump fake, not what you want to do there. As that's letting, look at this. We have blocked literally every single shot. David Benoit flashing. He's going to keep flashing. 8 points for Benoit to pace the Jazz here early on. And they've got an 8-0 lead. Everything off the backs of David Benoit. Benoit. We'll guard Derek Coleman. What do we care? Oh, we should care. Look at this. Benoit, all 10 points. We found the New Jersey net kryptonite. A good looking shot. Stockton will take it out. So Malone gets that foul, and then they immediately take Malone out. But it doesn't matter because David Benoit. David Benoit. Benoit. What do you think a guy like him is doing these days? Like, does he make enough? He probably makes enough in the NBA to, like, live off that forever, right? He just kind of do whatever he wants. I don't know, like, contracts were so much smaller back then than they are now. I'm not saying that he's like a used car salesman or anything, but you would hope that, like, David Benoit is finding a way to thrive and live. There you see it, away from the ball. Another foul called away from the basketball. And, of course, the league sending out that email this week talking about that. Okay. Everybody just throwing it off. Everybody. Uh-oh. Is that Petrovic? I don't remember. He's just letting the Jazz get out and run, and if you're not going to challenge the shot and make it difficult, oh my. Look at this. Ed O'Bannon. This game's getting a little chippy here early on. I like that mid-court logo for the Jazz in this game. Simple, effective, colorful. Nice give and go there. Antoine Carr and John Crotty. And the Jazz comfortably in front of the Nets right now. Of course, the Jazz undefeated this season. Couple close calls early on, and then it's been pretty smooth sailing. A little bit of a challenge against the Knicks last week. But nothing too crazy. Malone. Malone, who had 28 against the Knicks, will help lead that victory. And folks, we're going to the bonus. First time this season that there were so many fouls that we are going to the bonus. Dwayne Shinsplints. Dwayne Shinsplints. Gets 1 of 2 to go. Whoa! Okay. Not exactly our best play ever. And of course, all these guys jumping, and Stockton's the one that gets the block. 22-9 here in the first quarter, 19 seconds left. And this one has been all Jazz from the word go. And listen, if I'm the Nets coach, if I'm Chuck Daly, or whoever the Nets coach was at this point, that is goaltending. Okay. I'm telling my team, we don't need to pump fake, okay? We can score points without pump faking. So the Nets will start here with the basketball. Oh, nice screen there by Morris. Oh my goodness, what a play. What a play. Just tell the AI to play a zone. Play a zone. Computer. Play the zone that did not exist in the NBA in 1996. Just do it. Oh, Crotty. The left-hand finish. The Jazz double up the Nets here. And again, we really didn't change up anything from earlier in the season when we were struggling to compete at times. It just kind of... Yeah, see? I don't know. I don't think we're doing anything different. I mean, I might have to go back and watch those older games. Maybe we're making better passes. I don't know. But it feels like we're just kind of still playing the same game we were. See, they let me get wide open to the basket. What am I supposed to do? Malone, 6 of 8 from the field. You can run that play every time, and I try not to because it feels like it feels kind of cheap doing that. But if they're gonna, when they bring the double team, you can just score by getting it to that secondary guy. It's like, see, there's a double team. Just like I said, you get the double team, and then you throw it off them out of bounds. And then you throw the inbounds out of bounds. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. These are the set plays that you can run every time and win the game. Every time. Now, defensively is where things get a little different for us, because we're kind of out here on an island sometimes. We're just kind of out there doing our own thing. Like, I know there's somebody I'm supposed to be guarding. Maybe it's the Shinsis guy. Shinsius. See the pump fake. And just like they told him at the end of the first quarter, you got to pump fake, get those buckets to go. It's the only way. Adam Key. Yeah, that's right. Running Sleepy Floyd. Look it up. Is Sleepy Floyd the best basketball player named after one of the 7 dwarves? Leave a comment if there's a basketball player who was a better basketball player than Sleepy Floyd that was named after one of the 7 dwarves. How about Dopey Barkley? Am I right, guys? Tom Chambers, the right hand layup for Tom Chambers. Even as a kid, I don't remember Tom Chambers playing for the Jazz. I might have to pull up his basketball reference page and see what his minutes were like that year with the Jazz. He picks up a foul here. Chambers has definitely picked up some minutes this year. I think he's pretty consistently been in every game. There's that pump fake working again, just like I said it did. But nobody gets back on defense. It's like they're playing our Thursday series in NHL. Nobody back on defense. That's charging. Watson. Watson, who we said was going to lose playing time after his shenanigans last week with the airballed layup and then the backcourt pass. And lead back up to 14, got down to 10, 40-26. I'm still trying to think of other Snow White dwarves. Bashful, happy, grumpy. Cloudy day. Nope. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, Coast to Coast Space Ghost. The Milkman. Scoring that one in. Good turnaround. 30-42 the score. Oh, Keefe. 5 seconds. Of course, Keefe, Adam Keefe, named after one of our goats, because that makes sense. 12-point lead at halftime. Karl Malone pacing the way for the Jazz. Tom Chambers. Well, let's see. He played 15 minutes a game for the Jazz that year. How much time is permitted between halves? What was that, like 45 seconds? I think it's 10. No, it's not 10. I think it's 10 at lower levels. What was it, like 15, 20 in the NBA? Oh my. Trying to pass that one. And first quarter, Benoit is back live from Salt Lake City. Edgar, buddy, you can stay in my lap, but you have to let me hold my controller. A lot of fouls this game. If you're a referee fan, this is the game for you. Standing dunk from Ostertag. Puts the lead back at 12, 46-34. Just lay down, buddy. Don't just stare up at me. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a big one. The steal with the triple from Stockton. Helps walk this lead out. Now Stockton with the steal. Up ahead to Malone, who puts it in. It's a 17-point advantage. And again, we have seen the Jazz be absolutely dominant in these third quarters at times this season. And there, Stockton gets knocked out of bounds. They just continue to pump fake. They're like going three bigs here. Malone with the offensive rebound and putback. Which the Nets had 3 stars in rebounding. So for us to come down with these, gotta be doing something right. Yeah, I ran him right into the screen. Waited too long to take that shot. But just standing there, dude. At backcourt. You can't do that. John Crotty checks into the game. And he'll give it up to the big dog, Antoine. Hornacek lets Kenny Anderson shoot that. We're down to 2 minutes left to go here in the third. A 15-point advantage. So many fouls called this game. Certainly the most fouls called in a game yet. And another one, this time on Deion Walters. Oh, Crotty. The big dog. I said Tom Chambers played 2 years in Utah. "23 minutes the game his first year there. Good stuff all around. Then he went and played overseas in another league, and then he tried to come back and play with the Bulls and only played 12 games, and then 1 game with the 76ers the next year. Just 1 game in his final year, 1997-98. Look at that. Ball never touched the floor. Good movement. Eight points per game in his time at Utah. I don't even know how that's physically possible. But it puts the lead at 21. Benoit gives it up to Ostertag, who finishes it through the backboard for the dunk. And there's an offensive foul. So many fouls called in this game. We don't keep track of those, but it's certainly a record. Ostertag, a right-hand layup finish, and the Jazz comfortably out in front here on this one. And this whole video series has been a mixed bag of somewhat competitive to just not competitive at all games. And unfortunately, this one seems to fall under the latter. And if you know anything about our Tuesday video series, we want a batter, not a broken ladder. 15 minutes, just like I said. Good ball movement out there on the perimeter. Hornacek and Stockton, one of the best all-time duos to do it. Jazz shooting almost 80% on the day. That ought to help. Greg Ostertag. Potential MVP candidate, Greg Ostertag. With the finish. Ah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Another foul. There you see the pump fake works. Brings it down to 21, 69-48 the score here. And just could not quite finish that one at the rim, the big dog, Antoine Carr. Good pump fake. And that's Dion Walters. That's not Dion. It'll just maybe think of Dion Waiters. Crotty can't get that one to go. Shin splints. And Crotty just kind of playing a boxing one here. There's an offensive foul. Again, the referees making a big impact here. Blue Edwards. I'm almost a little dumbfounded at how many fouls have been called today. Uh-oh. Blue. Didn't stop in time for it to be a three. Chambers, 8 points per game. Oh my God. Not great, Tom. (73-52), 2 minutes left to go here in this one. Good ball movement here by the Nets. And then Tom Chambers says, screw your ball movement. David Benoit. Everybody loves a good bookend. Good work there on that play. Benoit probably had his best game of the season. easily. Oh, gets a steal there. I think this thumbnail is just going to be pictures of referees. Referees and whistles. Black shoes. And David Benoit. We're going to find a picture of David Benoit for the thumbnail. Because he's going to be our Lake Escape MVP of the game. Again, Lake Escape, the #1 escape room at Lake of the Ozarks. Also the only escape room. But, easy way to be #1. I want to thank Lake Escape for sponsoring our player of the game. Now, if somebody would let them know that they are the sponsors, that'd be great. Oh, Malone. I tell you what, Malone. Oh, my God, again. Malone has a chance to set the rebound record. Oh, spin dunk, and he gets fouled. That was personal. One of two goes for Antoine Carr, the big dog. Ten seconds. That'll do it. 78-57 going to be the final score here in this one. The Jazz pick up the win. Remain undefeated on the season. Malone with 22. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. A good game for the Milkman. Shot 69% from the field. $35 assists for the Jazz. That's a lot. 18 for David Benoit. Good game from him. Ostertag, a quiet 10. Two offensive rebounds for the Milkman. 1 for Tommy Chambers. Nobody can beat that elusive 4 rebounds for a game record. Blocks, 4 for Hornacek. I believe that ties the current record. Let me get that pulled up here. Yeah, 4 ties him with Ostertag for the most blocks in a game. And I think he ties himself, too, from the previous game. Look at all these steals. Just a turnover-happy team. Assists, 3, 2, 5, 5, 5, 3, 6, 1, 5. 6 for Crotty, his best game yet. So no records set in this game. Technically, rebounds is tied, or blocks is tied, but we've seen that quite a few times now this season. There, going from November 24th to December 2nd, we should see some new players pop in or some statistical updates. But again, the Jazz right now, 8-0 on the season, remain undefeated. We'll continue pushing forward in this NBA Live 96. And at some point, we're just going to go ahead and hit this button that says go to playoffs. We won't have to endure a full season, because I kind of think we're getting the picture of where this one's going to go. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to do. Just thanks for checking out my video. Really appreciate it. We'll see you next Monday. Check out my other video series this week. And, yeah, have a good one.